This is Phlomis fruticosa Edward Bowles, also known as Grande Verde or lemon swirl. And the common name is Jerusalem sage, and it's a very unique plant. It has these striking yellow flowers in a large profusion, as you can see here. And you can also see on this close-up how unique the flower is. It's whorled, it has a symmetrical shape to it, and these encompass the stem that they're on. Also, the sage name and the common name is because the leaves look very much like a sage, although this is not in the salvia family. So anyway, getting to the plant itself. So this plant loves full sun. It's hardy down to around minus 15 degrees Fahrenheit, and it blooms over a very long period. You can see it here with a nice purple bloom there, and it really likes coastal conditions, although it can still take hot inland valleys. I live in a hot inland valley in Northern California, and we get up around 100 degrees during the summer, and this plant does just fine here. So it can take some heat, but it also really likes the moderate temperatures of coastal California and the Mediterranean. It's native to the Mediterranean, so kind of a little more moderate, not as extreme in terms of the temperatures you can get in inland valleys. So as you can see here, it has kind of a grayer tinge to the foliage, and at least here in California, we look at these as kind of looking like a California native, but again, there's so many plants from South Africa, Australia, and other parts of the Mediterranean and California that have this general appearance, and they work really well together. So this, for me, in terms of plant design, is a great candidate for this drier look in terms of plant design and what you would be pairing it with. You can be kind of stingy with water, although the book on it says that near the coast where the summers are cooler, it's quite drought tolerant, and then in hot inland areas, it would like a little bit of summer water to make it look its best. Again, as I said, it likes full sun. You can give it part shade, but you're going to get more bloom out of it if you put this in full sun, and it's also likely to be denser in terms of the foliage for you. So when it has its first bloom flush in the spring, you can deadhead this and create another bloom cycle, and these will tend to rebloom on new growth. As you can see here, the tips are where the blooms are occurring. So plants that have that, lion's tail, Leonotis leonoris, penstemon, some of the plants that I'm going to suggest that you use with this, they bloom the same way. The new growth is where the bloom is occurring. So if you deadhead these when the blooms are done, you're going to encourage another cycle of growth, and along with that you can get some bloom. So that's one of the strategies to getting a longer bloom cycle out of this plant. So size-wise, here's the thing. Phlomis fruticosa itself is only about 4 feet tall and wide, whereas this Edward Bowles variety, which is sometimes just sold as Phlomis fruticosa, is more common, and it gets much larger. The opening picture, which you're going to see here in a minute, is a better representation of how large this gets, and it's closer to around 6 to 8 feet wide and 3 to 4 feet tall. So just make sure that if you want this to look its best and not have to prune it a lot, make sure you give it at least 5 to 6 feet diameter and 3 to 4 feet tall for it to really do its thing. So deer tolerant, drought tolerant, and loves full sun, and a very unique yellow flower. And that is Phlomis fruticosa, Edward Bowles, and Jerusalem sage. So following, you're going to see a few nice combination plants to plant along with this to get the most out of it. So enjoy those.